The Texas sun scorched the earth, baking the sprawling acres of the Barrett Ranch, a legacy stitched into my family's blood for 5 generations. I'm Jack Barrett, and this land, its dusty fields, weathered fences, and life-giving wells is more than dirt. It's our history, our fight. 3 years ago, my wife Emily passed, leaving me and our 16-year-old daughter, Hannah, to keep the ranch alive. That morning, I was wrestling with a creaky water pump, its gears as old as my grandfather's typewriter, when gravel crunched under tires. A sleek sedan rolled up, and out stepped Vanessa Harper, the new Metroville HOA president, barely 30, her blonde hair perfect, her suit screaming city money. "Mr. Barrett," she said, her voice dripping with the kind of authority that comes from a title, not experience. "I'm here about environmental violations on your property." She thrust a gold-embossed letter at me, its words a gut punch. All drilling operations on Metroville-adjacent properties were banned, pending an environmental impact assessment. I wiped grease from my hands, staring her down. "Ma'am, we've had water rights since 1923. This ranch supplies your whole community." Her smile was icy. "The HOA's guidelines protect our aquifer. Your drilling threatens contamination." I clenched my jaw. She didn't know her taps flowed from my pipes. Vanessa's threat wasn't about the environment, it was about power. She didn't know the Barretts had built the water system feeding Metroville, pipes laid by my great-grandfather when handshakes were law. "You know about the infrastructure under your fancy houses?" I asked, hand on the brass valve that controlled their water. She faltered, muttering about municipal oversight. I pointed out the valve. "This controls your community's flow. Care to reconsider?" Her eyes narrowed. "Cease drilling, or we'll sue." "We have lawyers, Mr. Barrett." She strutted back to her car, heels wobbling on the uneven ground, leaving a declaration of war. Hannah stepped out, her jeans dusty from chores, reading the letter with a scowl. "She can't do this, Dad, can she?" I shook my head. "She just did." That night, Hannah and I climbed into the attic, a treasure trove of family records smelling of leather and time. Under a flickering bulb, we found it, a 1923 water supply contract, signed by my great-grandfather, Amos Barrett, granting us rights to drill and obligating us to supply neighboring lands now Metroville. Hannah's laptop revealed more. The HOA wasn't registered with the county, its bylaws a sham. Vanessa was listed as the principal agent of Metroville Development LLC, quietly buying up local properties. "She's not protecting water," Hannah said, eyes blazing. "She's grabbing land." A 1978 geological survey confirmed it in aquifer worth millions lay beneath Metroville, and Vanessa wanted it. Her environmental crusade was a ploy to scare ranchers into selling cheap for her luxury housing project. Neighbor Roy Carter, a grizzled rancher, called to confirm Vanessa had harassed him about his windmill, demanding reports she had no right to enforce. "She's after control, Jack," he growled. "This ain't about the environment." By morning, Vanessa's attack shifted to social media. Hannah choked on her juice, showing me a viral TikTok. Vanessa, in front of our gate, framed to look industrial, ranted about environmental terrorist Jack Barrett planning to poison the aquifer. "Save Our Water" trended, comments calling for my arrest. It was a masterclass in manipulation, twisting our century of stewardship into a crime. But Hannah, sharp as her mom, dug deeper, linking Vanessa's purchases to her development plans. "She's scaring people to steal land," she said. I nodded, a plan forming. "Let's show her what happens when you mess with a Texan who knows his pipes." I set up my phone by the main water valve, its brass gleaming with history, and went live on Facebook. "I'm Jack Barrett, on land my family's held since 1923, I said, holding up the contract. "This valve feeds Metroville. Vanessa Harper claims I'm a threat, but she's the one planning to pave this land for profit." I traced the pipes, explaining how we'd supplied their water for decades. She wants to shut my well. Let's see how she likes no water at all. I turned the valve, the click echoing like a gavel. This is about truth, not revenge. Vanessa's using environmentalism to bully us out. The water stays off until her illegal HOA is dissolved. Comments exploded. Neighbors shared stories of Vanessa's threats, from fines for fence repairs to demands for unneeded permits. The truth was spreading. Within 24 hours, chaos erupted. Vanessa's prized decorative sheep, part of our pastoral HOA aesthetic, bleated desperately, their water tanks dry. Metroville's taps sputtered, pools sat empty, and lawns wilted. Residents flooded Vanessa with calls, not me, demanding why their protector had cut their lifeline. News crews descended, drawn by the surreal image of thirsty sheep and a neighborhood without water. Roy called, chuckling, "Your valve turned her campaign into a drought lesson." Vanessa's TikTok narrative collapsed as residents realized her scam. Her HOA office, once a hive of complaints, went silent, phones unanswered. Then came Daniel Webb, Vanessa's lawyer and brother-in-law, striding up with a restraining order to restore water. "You're in violation, Barrett," he sneered. I smiled, gesturing to Hannah, who held her laptop. "The HOA's unregistered, Mr. Webb. And you're listed on its fraudulent papers." Roy arrived, carrying a box of 1970s documents proving our water rights and Metroville's dependence. "Your sister-in-law's running a con," I said, holding up the geological survey. "She's after this aquifer for millions." Webb's face drained of color. As sheep bleated, police and federal agents pulled up, cuffing Vanessa for fraud, conspiracy, and misuse of authority. Her arrest, caught on my live stream, went viral, the sheep's cries a haunting soundtrack to her downfall. Hannah's secret weapon sealed it. She'd recorded everything: Vanessa's threats, our research, the valve shut-off, crafting a documentary premiered at the county courthouse. Professors, journalists, and residents watched, stunned, as it exposed Vanessa's land grab. The Metroville Water Cooperative was born, taking control of the valve to ensure fair management. The HOA dissolved, its assets compensating defrauded neighbors. Vanessa's company faced crippling fines, banned from the county. Hannah's film earned her a scholarship in environmental engineering, her speech on sustainable water management echoing Emily's fire: "It's about cooperation, not control." A year later, Vanessa returned, humbled, her suits traded for work boots. "Mr. Barrett," she said, eyes on the pasture, "I was wrong. Can I volunteer at the Metroville Environmental Center?" Her community service had taught her real conservation. I nodded. "If you're serious, start there." The center, built on her failed development land, thrived, with Hannah leading school groups. Sheep grazed contentedly, their bleats now a reminder of truth's quiet power. But as I watched Vanessa mock stalls, a question lingered: could a schemer like her truly change, or was this just another act?